The double piping pocket. For each pocket, cut two pieces of garment fabric to be used as piping. One 20.3 centimeters by 3.8 centimeters. The other 20.3 centimeters by 5 centimeters. Straight grain, nap down. Cut a piece of pocketing to be used as reinforcement. 20.3 by 6.4 centimeters. Straight grain. One on the wrong side of the fabric center the reinforcement along the pocket placement line, base or pin in place. Place the wider piece of piping face down on the jacket front. Nap up. The top edge of the piping should be flush with the placement line. Base very close to the edge, catching the piping, the jacket, and the reinforcement because the replacement line is on a slight curve. Some ripping will appear at the center of the piping. Chalk mark on the piping indicating either end of the pocket placement line. Place the second piece of piping face down on the jacket front. Nap up the edges of both piece of piping touching base very close to the edge. Sharp mark on the top piping indicating either end of the pocket placement line. Steam press the piping on the flat surface to eliminate the ripping in the piping. Machine stitch the piping to the jacket 6 millimeters above and below the placement line. These stitch lines should not be exactly parallel. The center of each stitch line should be slightly closer to the placement line than the ends are. Refer to illustration as your guide for what we mean by slightly. This contour of the line will not be visible in the finished pocket and will help prevent the pocket from gapping open when not in use. It is very important that the ends of two stitch lines be directly aligned. If they are not, the sides of the finished pocket will slant rather than stand straight, and the whole effect will be unprofessional. Working on the wrong side of the jacket, begin at the center and slash through the reinforcement and the garment fabric. Be careful to hold back the piping so that it is not snipped in the process. Cut 1 centimeter prongs at either end of the slash, sniping as close as possible to the last stitch in either line. It is very important to slash correctly here. Pull the piping to the wrong side and press the seams open. Using the seam allowance as a guide and ignoring the prongs for the moment, backstitch by hand in the piping seam using silk finishing thread. The piping must be kept even on top and bottom, and the stitches should not be seen. The pocket is now steam pressed on the right side using a arm and a covering the fabric with a press cloth. Wipe stitch the piping close so that it will not shift while we attend to the prongs. Push the prong to the wrong side and hold it so that the end of the pocket is a straight line, not a slanted one. Backstitch the prong to the piping by hand for complete control. Or cut a piece of pocketing straight grain 20.3 centimeters wide and 5 centimeters longer than twice the depth of the pocket. The pocket depth varies with the length of the jacket, but the pocketing should extend no lower than about 2.5 centimeters above the top of the finished jacket hem. Cut a piece of garment fabric to be used as facing, straight grain napped down 5 centimeters by 20.3 centimeters. Stop stitch of a fold edge of the facing to the top of the pocketing, leaving above 1.3 centimeters pocketing above the facing, with the facing touching the wrong side of the jacket, so the bottom edge of the pocketing to the edge of the bottom piping using one 6 mm seam. If you wish, bar tack one stitch at either end of the pocket using silk buttonhole twist. If you wax the buttonhole, twist and press it between two pieces of paper, the wax will melt into the twist and give it a better body. The pocket remains base closed until the jacket is ready to worn. Steam press the finished pocket on the right side of the fabric using a arm and a press cloth. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe to support this channel. Ian Tailoring.